All right, it looks like I'm live. Today we're going to talk about the Google Antitrust trial that's going on. It affects marketers around the world. And I wrote up my own, after doing a lot of study, I wrote up my own thing here that I'm going to show you what I think could happen and how we need to be prepared as marketers and where we need to go if Google has already been found guilty in one trial, and the new trial starts in September next month for search marketing, and we're going to go over that right now. So let me just let me do this. Let me share my screen so I can show you what I mean. Here we go. This screen right here, share it. Okay, the first thing, I did a video the other day for you all. I did a live video showing you how to do a Google alert. A Google alert will give you anytime somebody's writing about whatever you want to find out. I'm sorry, let me just, I know I'm live, but I'm going to answer this. Hey, Josh, I'm live I'm live online. Yeah, so I'll call you back. Bye. All right, that was my son. I wanted to make sure everything's okay. Everything's okay. Anyway, whenever you're trying to get an alert from Google, it can be anything. I get alerts for mold remediation, things like that, because I have clients that do all that kind of stuff. I don't want to see what's going on in the world. Well, the Google Antitrust trial, I want to know whenever somebody writes something about it, I want to see it, right? And so I've been studying quite a bit about this because it's going to affect all of us depending on what happens. Now, whenever you're doing a write-up, like I wrote this up right here, you always want to check whatever you wrote. I use Copyscape because it's the best one out there for plagiarism. And I put mine in here. The Google Antitrust trial has reached a significant point. And then I have like 25 bullet points right there. And of course, no results. So it's original content. Anytime you're going to do this, you want to make sure that you're using original content, especially if you're going to post it, unless you're just going to talk about something and use somebody else's, product like mine, right? It's not original. You're not going to post it on your website, or you're not going to put it out there if it's not original. Okay, so let's talk about this a second. So the Google Antitrust trial has reached a significant turning point. I'm going to read some of this that I wrote. Federal Judge Amit Mehta has ruled that Google has been illegally monopolizing the online search and search advertising markets. This decision marks a historic moment in the ongoing battle to regulate big tech's influence. So what they're trying to do, what the government's trying to do, is they're saying, like, if you're a tech company and you're holding a monopoly, like for instance, Google has 90% of the search when people search online. They own 90% of that, which is almost all of it. And then everybody else gets the crumbs, like Microsoft and DuckDuckGo, things like that. Anyway, so what's happening here is they're looking at Google very, very closely on having a monopoly. Now, as a capitalist myself, this is good and bad, right? Because as a capitalist, what capitalism means is, we're going to work as hard as we can. We're going to start our own business, and we want to make as much money as we can. And, those types of things. That's what a capitalist is. That's why if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you should be rewarded, because everything is on your shoulders. You pay in the employees that work for you, right? You getting the work, everything's on your shoulders. So there should be some type of reward for that extra work, because not everybody's an entrepreneur. They couldn't be. We'd all, it wouldn't work, right? So anyway, now, and you can see right here what I wrote, that Google has maintained its dominance, controlling over 90% of search market. So this is really, really interesting. Through exclusive agreements with companies like Apple, making Google the default search engine on major web browsers and mobile devices. According to the ruling, these agreements have effectively locked out competitors and stifled innovation. I think what Google did in 2021 is give Apple, like 18 billion, 19 billion, something like that. I think it was $18 billion to be the default on the phone, right? The default browser. Google wants, if somebody's searching, they want to come up on all the Apple phones. And what the DOC is saying, Department of Justice is saying, is that's a monopoly, right? You're controlling all this stuff. Now, this is, I'm going to have all of this in my post under comments so you can read all this yourself. But let's just go over a couple of these. Okay, and so let's just look at number one, increase focus on non-Google search engines. Okay, agencies may need to diversify their strategies to include Bing, DuckDuckGo, and emerging search engines as Google's dominance is challenged. Now remember, just because Google just lost the first case, they're going to appeal it, and they got enough money where this can go on 2 or 3 years. So nothing's probably going to change for a while. But all these other search engines, when they get a piece of the pie, competition is good because it brings prices down. If I owned 90% of the market as an agency, although I do my marketing a little different, I make less profit than most agencies because I put my money into team members so I can give my clients the very best. But let's say I own 90% of all the companies that need an agency to do their marketing for them. Oh my gosh, I'd be a trillionaire, right? Like I'd own it all. And so I can charge anything I want. If you want your business to rank, if you want to see yourself, if you want to get work, you got to work with me. I own 90%. So think of it that way. I think it's good in a way that it could be diversified and it could open up all these other avenues. Now, the one thing that we do at Top Click Joe, because here's the main point to this whole thing. If you're an agency or you're marketing for your own business, you're going to need to get diversified. You're going to need to start thinking about social media more, advertising on Microsoft, also all the other areas you can do advertising. You need to start branching out before this becomes a problem, because let's say they lose the next one, which they could possibly lose, right? But we're looking at a year of going to court and then maybe 2 years of appeals and all that. So it could be, like I said, 2, 3, 4 years away before we even have to worry about it. But if you don't start worrying now, if you don't start thinking about this now for your own clients, you're going to lose and your clients are going to lose. So for instance, just so I can show you something real quick, our Ultimate 16 package, when you go to Top Click Joe, we've been doing this for a long time now. So we are very diversified. When our clients hire us to do the Ultimate 16 marketing package, we do Google, Microsoft, YouTube, Meta, Facebook, your Google business profile, SEO, backlinks, blog posting, email marketing is another big one, man. This is huge. If you have copywriters, let's say you're a copywriter or in your company you have copywriters like we do, they can write really, really compelling emails to go after your target market to try to get you work. Text messaging is another great thing that we do at Top Click Joe, because everybody opens a text message, right? Everybody does. Not necessarily does everybody open email marketing, but they all open text messaging. But we have good results with this as long as your product is good, right? As long as what you're offering is good. Video editing, because videos are important so you can rank on YouTube and Vimeo and all these places that you need your videos to be seen, right? And so SEO citations are important to get you ranking. Graphic artwork is important to have like one-of-a-kind photos. You don't want to use stock photos. Google hates it. All the search engines hate it. Use your own freaking photos, right? And then we take our graphic artists in our company. We have several of them, our team, and then we'll use Canva and we'll take your pictures and make really cool stuff for you. And then pillar page content. Look, the way content is written, and as long as you're given value and you're optimized for mobile and your website is fast, none of that is ever going to change. There's always going to be search. AI is another really big one that you need to get into, and I say it down here somewhere. Oh, right here. Potential growth in AI-powered search engines. With the competition likely to increase, AI-powered search engines may gain prominence, changing how marketers approach search optimization. In fact, we're really big into AI at Top Click Joe. Let me stop sharing. I want to make sure you know this is coming, and this is going to be a big deal. You need to start. Just do your due diligence. Just go to Google, do a Google alert. If you don't know how to do it, scroll down in my Facebook page and look at the video I did. It's a short video how to do an alert, and then you'll know what's going on. You'll see right here. You can see I'm getting stuff every day. I'm looking at it all the time. I'm getting all this information. I'm reading it because I, as a marketer and a person owning an agency, I need to know what's going on, right? I need to know that I'm taking care of my clients and we're well diversified. So we've been diversified for well over a year doing what we do for our clients. And you should too. You should start looking into other avenues. Remember, if you're going to use social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you really can't use those platforms unless you have some type of a deal, because it's interruption marketing. They're not searching for you. Google, Microsoft, DuckDuckGo, those search engines, they're looking for you. If you're a carpet cleaner or hardwood floor refinisher, like, hardwood floor refinishing near me, hardwood floor refinishing companies near me, those kind of searches they want to buy now. That's Google. Facebook, they're just sitting at the dinner table because no one ever talks anymore, scrolling on their phone, and they see this thing. And it's like, wow, hold it. What is this? Right? So if you have a really good offer, like for instance, like our carpet cleaners that are high-end carpet cleaners will do advertising like, 2 rooms for $99, right? And that they're going to lose money on that because it costs a lot of money to pay your employee. You got to pay workers' comp. You got all these expenses when you own a cleaning business. Remember, folks, if you're the $99 whole house cleaner, leave my group because you're a bait and switcher. There's no way you can do $99 whole house freaking cleaning. I mean, that's called bait and switch. You walk in and say, oh, there's a spot, Mrs. Jones, and that's $500 now. So anyway, I don't like bait and switch. But I'm not talking about bait and switch. 2 rooms for $99. You know that your average ticket has to be around $300. When you get into the house, you upsell Mrs. Jones. Maybe because you're there, you give a 10, 20% discount on the rest of the house. Or maybe you can clean the stairs, or maybe you can do some furniture, or add protector. There's a lot of ways you can add value to the client, because that's all it's about. People think when you have a client and you're talking to them about price, if all they're hearing is $500, you have not talked enough about the value somebody's getting, because they got to feel like they're getting enough value for what they're paying you that it's going to work. But remember, when you market on social media, you got to have a deal, because otherwise, hi, I'm the best carpet cleaner in the world. That's what everybody says. And like Joe Polish, like this worked in the beginning. The most thorough carpet cleaning ever, or it's free. I was going to Joe Polish stuff when he first started over 20 years ago, man, when I owned my restoration cleaning company and all that. I was going to that, but everybody started using that, right? Like everybody was the most thorough carpet cleaning ever, or it's free. So it kind of like everybody's website said the same damn thing. The only person getting rich was Joe Polish. Anyway, so understand things are changing. It's a new day, right? And we got to be on top of our marketing. We got to know that we got to be diversified. Like right now, Anthony Casabona says, good evening. Well, it's for him, it's 7 p.m. He's on the East Coast, and he's one of my clients, and he does hardwood floor finishing. Well, he's doing the Ultimate 16 marketing plan with us because he wants to be diversified. He wants to be seen everywhere. So after we work on that for several months, you start ranking organically. You're seen everywhere. And if something does happen with Google, which it may be a great thing because it may bring all the prices down. Because remember, Google is 90%. They dictate what you're paying for these ads. When our clients come to us say, wow, why is that click was like $40? Right? Remember, it's a silent auction against the competition, and it's Google setting the stage on where the beginning is, right? What's that beginning number? And so if Google owns most of all searches, they can do whatever they want. In fact, Google now, you try to call them or get in touch with them, it's almost impossible. Imagine having a business where you don't have to service your clients and they still freaking pay you. Man, what a business that would be, right? So, well, that's true. That's them. They have it. And they're the gorilla. Anyway, that's what I wanted you to know. You need to start thinking outside the box if you're doing your own ads. You need to understand this antitrust thing is not going away. They've already lost one. It was a year-long case they lost. Now, the new one has a lot to do with search, like what I do on a daily basis with my team. My team does it. I say I, but it's my team doing the work. But you got to be on top of this stuff, because if all you're thinking about is doing this one thing and it folds, then you're in trouble. And it's too late. Companies like me have already taken over, and we're already so good at diversification and using all these different platforms that it's going to be very difficult for you to catch up to somebody like me in the future. Okay. I want to help you, man. Start watching what's going on, start reading it, start paying attention, and start diversifying where you put your money as far as advertising goes. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. And God bless you. Bye-bye now.